is there anything that would indicate that somebody might want to do something? Any enemies?
Absolutely not. Those girls are just beautiful, you know. They're loving and full of just life, and they're just a joy to be around. I haven't found anybody that would not want to be around them. So absolutely not. No enemies, no nothing like that. It's just baffling to try to figure out the pieces to the puzzle. Looking at it, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It's just, are we going to get answers? I'm not sure. I am impressed with how the FBI and DCI have been handling the case and taking it very seriously. It's a nightmare, but just how people have volunteered and put their time, and the whole community coming together, and everybody's just, it's weighing on their hearts. And
Misty, can I ask you quickly, can you update us on a description of the clothing that the children were wearing?
Okay, I can tell you what I know. I know that it's a little disturbing, and it's kind of frustrating for us as a family as well, because you don't notice sometimes what did your kids throw on that morning and what did they take off in. I left work at 8:30 that morning, and so Lyric was still in her pajamas. She was in a bright green shirt. Sometimes she tends to wear that same pajama outfit, you know, with my mother over to my sister Heather's. I know for sure she had on her purple flip-flops, and that's the only shoe that is missing from the home. So we know that for sure. They're about.
Well, tell me that. What was that?
To my understanding.
Yeah, tell me that. Well, spell it out. Describe what was missing.
Purple. What was missing is her purple flip-flops. They're just maybe a Walmart brand. They're flat. They're purple. They're about a size 9. We believe that they have the diamonds across the top that go over the foot. They are a size 9. That's the only shoe that's missing for Lyric right now. As far as clothing, I woke up and seen her in her a bright green shirt. After she left, I'm not sure what she wore. Elizabeth, to my understanding, has on a white t-shirt, her black high tops with pink on them. So that's kind of the description that we have right now. Again, Heather and I both, you know, kind of left for the morning to go about some business that we needed to take care of. And the girls tend to be a little bit more independent. So if they got ready on their own, and maybe my mom was cleaning or taking care of the dogs, she may not have seen that they've changed or what they changed into. So I know it's as frustrating probably for people who are out searching as it is for us to not have
Have you taken your own dogs out? I don't know if this is scientific, but I know that my dogs know where I am, like practically when I'm 2 blocks away. Have you taken your own dogs out to see maybe if they react to anything?
We don't have any animals of our own for Lyric, okay? We have 2 dogs. Well, we actually have 4 dogs at Heather's house. 2 small dogs, 2 large dogs, and to my knowledge, we haven't taken any of them out. I'm not sure if we need permission to do that, but we haven't. I don't think that's been a suggestion yet. I know they have the canine units out. They have some other dogs out. They've taken plenty of property to use for the smell, clothing, shoes, with trained professional dogs, and so we really trust that, you know, that they're using the appropriate measures in that respect.
Lake is not a very long lake. It has the bike trail that runs around it. When my mother and I and grandmother when my mother and I went on our search for them, and this was at about 2:45. And keep in mind, the last they were seen was at 11:30 a.m. when they told Mom they were going on the bike ride. So that is the last time they were for sure seen. And now it's gone on to, it's getting close to being 2:45. We stop at Myers Lake. I said, Mom, driving to Myers Lake. I had Elizabeth's older brother, who's 12, Kelly, with us, and I just jumped out and started asking random strangers, have you seen? Two little girls, gave them the description, the colors of the bike, and possibly what they were wearing. And one man stepped forward and said, yes, I seen them going east on the bike trail at about 2:30. Now, whether he's telling the truth or not, they do have this man's name. You know, I don't know. Whether he's a person of interest, I don't know. But the girls' bikes did trail around and ended up on the south side of the lake by the interstate, which would be 380, I-380.
Next one day.
Where they ultimately found the bikes. Did you see the bikes? Did you find them?
I did not find them. As I was saying, a man who I had approached and started asking questions said he's seen the girls going east on the bike trail. It's a small lake. It wraps around on the south side of the lake. Within my sister Heather, the mother of Elizabeth Collins, the 8-year-old, she had called the police at 2 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, Evansdale police were there, and the deputies from Waterloo were all swarming the place. They drove their vehicles right onto the bike trail. We watched them go to the site. They found the bicycles. They contacted us and said, we have the bicycles, we have Elizabeth's purse, and no girls.
Does Lyric have a cell phone? Does Lyric have a cell phone?
Lyric did not have a cell phone with her. She has one, but did not have it with her.
Not with her.
Sorry. Blast of cold feels nice.
Lyric Cook. Their bikes were found, but there's no sign of them.
After an entire weekend of searching, they have very few, if any, clues.
Where is 10-year-old Lyric Cook and 8-year-old Elizabeth Collins? We are trying to help find them with the family of really both girls because they're cousins. But Lyric Cook's mom is with us, as well as her sister, the aunt of both the girls, Tammy Brousseau. Tammy, I want to get back to you. Do you have any thoughts? Was anybody in the area, and I'll ask this of Misty as well, acting strangely? Have you seen any strange people driving around in vans? Any sense that any foreshadowing whatsoever?
Absolutely not. There was nothing that seemed terribly out of the ordinary. There was a little boy fishing, and he had been there a long time. I asked him as well when I first approached and started asking random people. I said, did you see two little girls on a bicycle? And he said, no. I said, how long have you been here? He said, a long time. So when I told you that a man said that he had seen him going east on the bike trail, whether that was true or not, yes, they have his name, they know who he is, but it appears as what he said was true because, like I said, the lake wraps around and the bikes were found on the south side.
Well,
and that's where
I want to jump in because I want to ask Misty a question. Do you think your daughter or Elizabeth would want to go in that lake and go swimming?
You know, I think that the ride to the lake is quite a long distance for the both of them. If they decided to make that journey and they made it to the lake, mile and a half.
Yeah.
You know, if they decided to make that journey, which I probably don't put past a lot of kids to go ahead and do.
We've been swimming a lot lately.
I think that my daughter, you know, I can speak for my daughter that she might want to get into that lake.
But we feel they would have took their shoes off, their flip-flops. Those would have been left sitting on the shore.
Dock, on the shore. I mean, we've been swimming at a lake all summer for the last 5 weeks. I've been off work. We've been swimming. We've been spending time together. So I think she's very comfortable with a lake setting. So if it came down to would she swim, absolutely.
Well, they are draining that lake. We pray that your children,
Yes, they are.
10-year-old Lyric and 8-year-old Elizabeth, are found. We want to do everything we can. That's why we're bringing in right now And please keep us updated if you hear anything from police. But we're bringing in a team of experts right now. Pat Brown, criminal profiler, you've been listening to all of this. Your thoughts?
Well, they obviously doing the right thing. They're draining the lake so that eliminate an accident. They're talking to the family, making sure they get all the information from them and can eliminate them. That's a good thing. And then I think they have to look at two other possibilities. The idea of somebody watching the girls, that happens a lot and people do not realize it. When we say, oh, was there anybody creepy out there? We don't see the creepy guy because he does blend in. He sees the girls go by. I would be curious to know how often the girls do go out on their bicycles, how often they take a similar route so someone might follow them. And I'd also be interested to know what access somebody has to that lake area when they're going by with their bicycles.
Kara Mashek, reporter, KWWL. Do you know if the bikes were strewn on the ground or if they were neatly placed? And what about the bag 20 feet away?
We have been told that the bikes were laying very neatly, just like any child that might get off their bike, go for a walk. They were just sitting right there along the lakeside like any other ordinary day. Nothing really awry with that. And the purse was also just kind of set down, not like it was thrown around or that they would have, been involved in a struggle of any kind. The interstate is fairly close, though, so certainly they could have wandered to that very easily as well.
John Lieberman, investigator, HLN contributor, 241 registered sex offenders in this area?
Right,
what?
And that's what our investigation found today, Jane, and that's something I wanted to point out. We have some other new information, too. But yes, police have ruled out the registered sex offenders in that specific area. But what we found is when you go 10 miles from this small town in diameter, you see 241 registered sex offenders. Also, as the reporter just said, you have I-380 that connects Cedar Rapids and Waterloo, which is a concern of investigators as well. We have learned police are processing those two bikes and that purse. They're looking for any stranger DNA. They're also looking for any stranger fingerprints. But we've also learned that as of right now, police haven't found any signs of struggle. They found nothing to indicate a struggle. So the question remains, did they leave with somebody that they know, or were they abducted by a stranger, perhaps by a registered sex offender, or did they go swimming in this waterway?
Mark Klass, founder, Klass Foundation, child advocate. I'm also interested in this man who seems to have seen him. What should police do?
Well, I don't think you want to condemn people that are trying to give you evidence for a missing child. I think the police are doing everything that they should do. The most likely scenarios are that the girls are possibly in the lake, that they possibly wandered off someplace. It's a pretty remote area and are unable to get back, or that there was some kind of a snatch and grab. Now, that would have been a highly difficult maneuver to pull off on two children that know how to respond to somebody trying to take them, unless, of course, they knew the individual who did it.
We hope and pray that these two little girls are found okay. If you know anything, call police immediately. Tonight's shocking video of the day, an unbelievable car chase. Take a look at this. Cops chased the stolen vehicle at more than 90 miles an hour for 12 minutes. It was all caught on dash cam. It finally ended when the car literally hit a bus full of people. And both vehicles slammed into, take a look.